Oh man, after that season finale, it's hard to imagine waiting for season 2 of Amazon Prime's Invincible. Seriously, that final montage got me stoked. Luckily, we have the source material that we can break into and get an idea of all the dope battles, epic plots, and vibrant supers we're going to eventually see on screen. The show has taken some creative liberties already, and I'm betting there's going to be loads of surprises for newcomers and veterans alike. Today, we're making some educated guesses to figure out how exactly Invincible will be adapted for season 2. Brace yourself, because you're watching Now, before we take a boundless leap into spoiler territory, let's assess the risks. I'm going to do my best to keep the big spoilers under wraps, but consider yourself warned. Not only will we be talking about the events of season 1 of Invincible, but we're also going to be drawing from the events in the comics to inform our speculation for season 2. If you're dying to see how the story plays out firsthand, I recommend swinging by your local comic book shop or library to pick up some Invincible issues. Season 2 will likely cover the events of issues 14 through 41, so look for trade paperbacks 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, let's dive in. Series creator Robert Kirkman has gone on record saying that the 144-issue comic has enough material to make 7 seasons if they stretch it, or possibly 5 or 6 if they want to tell a more succinct narrative. After personally breaking down the story by major season finale-worthy plot points, 7 seasons seems about right with the pacing. So, I'm almost positive we'll see season 2 of Invincible primarily cover the events up to issue 41. Also, since season 3 was greenlit as well, I'm going to put my money on that running through issue 65. Meaning we're gonna have a reason to fear this guy. But I'm getting ahead of myself, we're talking season 2 here. Right off the bat, in the aftermath of Mark's battle with Nolan, Mark, Debbie, and the entire planet are going to need some time to come to terms with Omni-Man's shocking betrayal. With Omni-Man off planet, Cecil puts his faith in Invincible as Earth's primary defender, and the two pair up nearly 24/7 to compensate for the power vacuum left in a world missing its A-list heroes. A lot of what we see Mark take on in season 1 is actually from after his Omni-Man battle in the comics, so that narrows down the episodic missions we'll see in this transition period considerably. In the first few episodes of the season, expect Mark to balance school life with a trip to Atlantis, and possibly a showdown with Octoboss. Based on the character building that went into the show's newly crowned Mob King Titan, I'm hoping we'll also get to see more of him in season 2. In the books, he kind of fizzles from the spotlight, and ends up only making brief appearances in a few spin-off runs. He mostly served as a means to introduce Battle Beast, who's undoubtedly cool, but Titan deserves more screen time. For God's sake, they cast Mahershala Ali as Titan. Please, give us what we've all been craving since Cottonmouth's reign was cut short. We do see Titan in the final montage of season 1, which gives me hope that we'll see more of his dealings with the Order, a global crime syndicate. The elderly man we see entering Titan's office is actually Mr. Liu, the leader of the Asian branch of the Order. He has an ancient dragon bound to him, and he was responsible for the attack on Italy earlier in season 1. If the Order takes a larger focus in the show than it did in the comics, I can see Titan recruiting several villains that could be key players down the line, such as Powerplex or Dinosaurus, as well as him having a fully realized arc that mirrors Mark's journey as Invincible. Speaking of Powerplex, while I think it's unlikely that we're going to see him until season 3, I do think we've seen a bit of his origin story up close this last episode. In the comics, Powerplex's sister was killed in Invincible's battle against Omni-Man, and he swears to bring vengeance to Invincible for his part in the destruction. I have a feeling this family that Mark fails to rescue will be related to Powerplex when he does show up. Now, real quick, before I get into all the other villains we're going to see in season 2, I want to pause and ask you a favor. You might not know, but my girlfriend and I are in the process of rebuilding our YouTube channel from scratch. We've lost 400,000 subs, so I'd be incredibly grateful if you recommended this video to all the Invincible fans in your life. Every share is priceless at this point in our channel's life. Thank you a million. Now let's get back into Invincible. Another villain we see in the finale's montage is Doc Seismic, who has found a society of magma golems. They're called Magma Knights, by the way, and they pay him the respect he's desperately sought from surface dwellers. Seismic is one of Kirkman's favorite rogues in Invincible's gallery, and he plays a major role down the line. So he'll likely make a brief appearance so that we can keep tabs on him, but he's not going to be a larger player until season 3. Next season, we'll also likely see Invincible take a trip to Midnight City, a Lovecraftian take on Gotham, where a curse of perpetual night plagues its inhabitants, leading to endless crime and possibly madness. Darkwing's sidekick Nightboy takes up his mantle and single-handedly attempts to police the city after the government deems it a lost cause. In the comics, Invincible briefly visits, and this is like 2 pages tops, but this visit sets the stage for a major event that we'll likely see in season 3. Personally, I think it'd be wise for the show to spend more time exploring Midnight City than the comic did. That way, when this pivotal event does occur, viewers won't struggle to recall Mark's visit. In general, the comic shied away from sources of magic, but with the fleshing out of Damien Darkblood in season 1, I'm holding out hope that we'll learn more about the Midnight Magician and the curse he left on Midnight City. Hopefully, we'll also get more additions to Darkblood's storyline at some point, but the writers have a lot of plot to cover for 7 seasons, so I'm not holding my breath on that one. We're also going to be introduced to the Lizard League, a parody of the Serpent Society made up of Iguana, Salamander, Komodo Dragon, and King Lizard. While these scaly scoundrels appear to be D-listers, expect them to cause absolute mayhem as their schemes fly off the rails. I'm betting season 2 episode 7 is going to be their big episode. Also around episode 7, we'll get a continuation of the Martian and Sequid storyline, as the Sequids turn their gaze towards Earth. Thanks to the help of the stowaway Martian, who is currently stealing astronaut Russ Livingston's identity, the Guardians of the Globe are alerted to the threat of Sequid invasion and launch their own offensive to intercept a commandeered Martian warship before it can infest Earth with space squids. That runaway Martian is going to help them, and he'll become the hero Shapesmith over the course of the season. Using his shape-shifting abilities, he'll score himself a position amongst the Guardians of the Globe. In regards to other new heroes, we'll also likely be introduced to the super soldier Brit. Agent Brit is a key contact of Cecil's and even got his own short comic run in 2003. I foresee him taking on parts of the role Donald Ferguson served in the comics. That is, if Agent Ferguson is truly dead in the show. You see, while the show may have nuked Donald early on, in the comics he's revealed to be a cyborg and he once survived an explosion by piloting his head away on a jetpack. It's probably one of my favorite little moments in the series. Then again, I'm a sucker for Coulson types. I do think there's a good probability that Donald is dead in the show though, and like I said, part of his role can be absorbed by Brit, and the other part can be integrated into Rick. Like Titan, Mark's friends William and Rick sort of disappear from the comic over time, but they have the potential to be important fleshed out characters in this adaptation. I always thought it was a missed opportunity not to turn Rick into a RoboCop, and now he can easily replace Donald as one of Cecil's cyborg agents. This can keep regular human William in Mark's orbit as he becomes further sidetracked by a life of superheroics. While on the subject, can we just take a moment to appreciate how the series is handling the non-powered characters? Seeing Debbie confide in Art Rosenbaum is so much better than seeing her slowly slip into alcoholism alone. These characters play off each other really well, and I hope this friendship lasts several seasons down the line. Also, if you'll allow me to take that Detective Amber line literally, she's shaping up to be a badass. Like William in Titan, she's another character that gets sidelined early in the comics, but seems to be getting her due on the screen. For next season, I think she'll try to take on a hands-on role in Invincible's duties, but her relationship with Mark will be strained as she realizes that dating a superhero is taxing and dangerous. Obviously, that last bit is the downside of these powerless characters becoming more integral to the story. They're all getting targets on their backs, and we might even see one of them get seriously injured for being in Invincible's life. As for Atom Eve, next season we're going to see her start to develop romantic feelings for Mark and struggle with maintaining a friendship with him and Amber as her forbidden crush festers. I don't think she'll be as one note about it as she is in the comics, but this unaired sexual tension is going to weigh heavily on her as she goes on missions with Invincible. My biggest prediction is that in season 2 we're going to meet Angstrom Levy, a man who can traverse alternate realities and seeks to unite his counterparts. I'll be keeping Levy's fate under top secret spoiler clearance for this video, but he's going to be our window to several worlds where Invincible joins sides with Omni-Man. Levy ends up intersecting with the Mahler twins and becomes one of the most important characters in the entire story. I am 90% certain that both the beginning and the end of season 2 will involve Levy's tricky portals. Speaking of Omni-Man, you better bet we're going to see that mustache again. If we follow the comics timeline, around the mid-season point, Mark is going to have a reunion with his father in the depths of space. And like the end of the first season, things are going to get incredibly bloody. Let's just say other Viltrumites will be involved and death tolls will rise. Be sure to keep an eye out for this guy during that time period. In the aftermath of this fight, Mark will be left with a renewed drive to hone his powers past the limits of his father's, and 2 new responsibilities that will weigh heavy on his soul. Seriously, I want to talk big spoilers here, but this whole arc is best for you to witness firsthand. While we're in deep space though, we'll also likely get to see the Coalition of Planets, the same coalition that Alan works for, and he's going to return with news of Mark's defiance. For now, don't expect too much with this plot, but it will set the stage for the grand space epic that this story becomes. Also, if we see Battle Beast in season 2, this is where we'll be treated to another taste of his raw power. While Invincible is away, the Guardians are going to have their hands full protecting the planet, and if the show follows in the footsteps of the comics, they'll have to battle Omnipotus, a Galactus analog. some of the lesser champion Guardians of the Globe will really get their chance to shine in this battle. I also think there's a good chance we'll get detailed backstories for Eve, Rexplode, Kate, and Monster Girl this season. I also expect Robot and Monster Girl to take their friendship and turn it into a budding romance, as she teaches him how to live life outside of a pod. I wasn't expecting more Flaxians in season 2 prior to the montage, but if they do show up, Robot's gonna flirt with a Jurassic solution that will end their invasions for good. As for Rex's relationship with Duplicate, there are some choppy waters ahead. I do have a feeling Duplicate's story is going to diverge heavily from the comics, because the show is making strides removing cringy, dated story threads. If it does stay true to the page though, expect to feel really uneasy when a romance blossoms between her and the centuries-old immortal. He was also Abraham Lincoln. She's 18, it's kinda gross. Now I pass the question off to you. What are you expecting to see in season 2 of Invincible? Please mark your comments with a spoiler warning if you've got comic knowledge. Also, if you've enjoyed this video, please like it and share it with all the Invincible fans you know. If you're a fan of animation or comics, maybe also consider subscribing to Whitney Vision. Anyways, I'm Pocket Sparrows, and until next time, I'm blasting off again! But actually, because Pokemon Snap